Hello, Gun Nation. Big Johnson coming at you. All right, this is going to be a little video installment about Impact Machine, and I will leave their link below. If you're looking at having anything milled, custom work, trigger jobs, anything like that, you can reach out to Impact Machine, and you can use my discount code. It's BJGG10, and that will save you 10% off parts, optic plates, milling, complete custom builds, whatever you want to do, laser etching. They do all kinds of stuff. They even work with partners for stippling, Cerakote, you name it. They are kind of a one-stop shop. So, but these are 3 guns that I've had done by them, and I just wanted to kind of share what they've done and what I think of their work. So we'll get into it. Also, I do kind of have individual videos on each one of these guns. This is just kind of a conglomerate, so you can see a little bit of everything that I've had done. But let's just start off with it. All right, this is my CZ P10F, and didn't have a lot done with this one. It's stock trigger, everything inside of it's stock. I am running the Vector. This is their Vector Optics. I've been testing this one for quite a while. It's their enclosed. It's called their Frenzy. It's actually a great optic. I'll let you see the dot. Some people want to see the dot, so there's the dot. But I've been running this one on there for a while, and this one is with the, this is an Acro pattern footprint, and I'm running it with the Acro plate, just so you know. In theirs, it does come with a plate. I'm just running the Acro plate I already had on here because I was running a Steiner MPS on this particular gun, and the Steiner ended up getting a crack on the back of it, so I got to send it in to them. It's got a little crack right in the back window. I don't know if I hit it on something. I think in a video a round bounced off the wall and smacked it, and it left a scratch. It's not really a crack. I think it might be more of a scratch, but you can feel it with your fingernail. Don't have the suppressor sights on here with this optic. You kind of can barely see the top of the sight. It's not a true co-witness, if anybody's curious. But I actually do really like the optic. I've been testing it for a while. If you want to see the box, I happen to have it right here. It's called the Frenzy 1x18x22 Gen 2 motion sensor. But this is the actual optic in this box. Or, it was in this box, but there's that if you want to see it. I don't even know how much it was. They sent it to me for testing, and so far I actually really like it. But what did I have done on this gun by Impact Machine? I actually had this one ported, so you can see the port job they did on it. It's a black, so I don't know how well it's going to show up. There you go. So it has 1 2 3 4 5, so it's got the 5 ports in it with the cutout here. Did laser etch the Texas symbol on there for me. They did that in-house as well. Other than that, I kept the stock serrations and all that stuff, the custom or the stock stippling, all that, or what came on it. So the only thing they've done on this is actually ported it and did the laser Texas on there for me. However, it has made this P10F, which I think is a phenomenal gun, even better. So it is now even more oomphed. And that's a nice package right there. Matter of fact, it's too big to even put in the picture, but with that bad boy on it right there, +5, 19 +5, or actually 20 because you'd have one in the pipe. But yeah, it is a phenomenal shooter. And I've got videos. Y'all can go check the individual videos of how flat this thing is. Even without a light, with a light, it's super flat. So very excited about what they did here, and it worked out very well. And also, I did not have to change the springs or anything. It works perfectly awesome with the factory springs with 115, 124, 147. I have tested it with standard FMJ and hollow points. Works fabulous. So no issues, no problems, love it. So there's that one. All right, let's get to the Tanfo. A lot of people are like, what the hell? What the hell? I didn't know you had that. A lot of people don't even know I had this one. This is a Tanfo Stock 2. Does not have a light rail on this model. The newer ones, I believe, do. This is the older model. But here's what they did on this one. They milled it and super deep. Look how low that milling job is. I mean, it's super, super nice. Now, can you co-witness? I don't have a rear sight anymore, but it's super low in there. I mean, you can see it's almost to the edge of the window, the glass. So they got it super deep in there. They can do the same thing with the Shadow 2 as well. But this is Tanfo. It does have the Eric Grafel kit in it. They did laser etch the Texas right there. Also Big Johnson right there. And another Texas right there for me. I am running the Lock brass palm swells on here. If you want any Lock products, grips, pistol stands, anything like that, you can use my discount code. It's BJGG10. That will save you 10% off any Lock product as well, Lock grip product. But I absolutely love this Tanfo. It shoots phenomenal. I absolutely love the hard chrome finish. Also, with the hard chrome finish, after he milled this, it did not have to be re-hard chromed. He did it so perfectly. There's no rust, there's no corrosion, there's no nothing. And the neat thing about this, I did not have the 507 comp personally. I ordered it from him. He's a Holosun dealer. I ordered it from him and said, I'll buy the Holosun, you put it on. So he took the actual Holosun out of the box and matched it perfectly to this gun, because some optics, even if it's the same brand, same model, it could have a little bit of tolerance variation. So if you're sending a gun to him to have milled and you already have the dot, please send the dot along with it. If you don't have the dot and you're looking at a Holosun, just buy it from him and he will match it to your gun to make sure it is perfect. So that's what I did there. Some people want to see the dot. Oh, I've got it turned way down. Let's crank it up here on this one. So the camera will pick it up. There it is right there. Oh, we got the fire. But I usually don't keep them that low. I mean, it does have the turn off anyway, but I absolutely love this gun. It shoots awesome. I love the chrome finish, or the hard chrome finish. So I definitely didn't want to mess that up. And he made everything work perfectly. I mean, that dot is milled perfectly, fits perfectly. I've shot it, I've got it marked. It hasn't moved. It's been great. So there's that. So we've got ports covered, we've got milling covered, so there's two different options. And then we'll grab this bad boy. And make sure I got the dot turned on so y'all can see it. All right, I do. This one is a complete custom job. This is a CZ-P09, and I had it completely done up to the max. I had it milled for an FDE MPS5, the Steiner. So that is milled with the Acro cut, or actually the MPS cut, because the MPS is shorter than the Acro P2. So he said, do you ever want to run an Acro P2 on here? And I said, well, I really like the MPS. I mean, it's been a great dot. And he said, I would recommend cutting it specifically for the MPS. So that's what we did. That's why it is super, super tight. There is no gaps at all. I did send him the MPS when I sent in the gun, so he had it to match it right up. So that's done. And I have a full video on this, so I go over the trigger there. This one has the full Pro Kit plus an additional trigger. The trigger is kind of weird, how it pulls back with my big hands, but I'm getting more used to it. Also sent a mag in, so he had the mag done for me to match the gun, but I run extended mags in here as well. The neat thing between the P10F and the P09 is I can take this one out and I can run it right in the P09. So you go from that to that, and vice versa. I can run this P09 mag in. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't in this one because I don't have the dual cuts. This one is the newer P10F, but I do have dual cut mags, but just not with this base plate. So, but there's that. So the trigger on this one is really, really nice. It's just very weird. Also on this one, the other work that I had him done was the combo. So I've got a chunk port and the chunk port in the front and ports here. So I've got the big port and then 1, 2, 3, 4 right behind it. I don't know how well you can see it. But there's that. Also had that milled for the front sight, and he milled the rear sight in front of the dot. So let's give you a visual here if we can. There it is right there. So there's, and it's kind of a narrow rear sight. Can you see it? It's just kind of two little points that stick up. And it's right there. Kind of angling it so you can see it. But there it is right there. So he also did extend the slide serrations on here. They're much, much deeper in the front and the rear. And this badass coating job on here, and you've got that color there. And what's cool about this, I'm just going to let you know, if you have one stippled, he sent it out and had it stippled by the same guy who did the Cerakote, and I've got a full video on it. This was not a black frame. It probably would have came out with all of this being black, all the Cerakote, or excuse me, all of the stippling. However, I sent in a full FDE. This was an urban gray. That's why I ended up getting the FDE. It just happened that way. I was fine with black grip, but this even came out better. So when he stippled it, it came out this color because it pulled the urban gray out of the frame. It was a solid urban gray frame on your pads and here. And this stippling is phenomenal. In the full video where I talk about each individual part he did, I named the trigger, I named who did the stippling, I named who did the Cerakoting, so y'all can check that out. But this thing came out phenomenal. And again, the trigger is kind of weird, just gonna be honest with you. You know, there's your take up. And then when you pull it, it goes almost all the way. It doesn't touch the back of the frame, but almost does. Here's your reset. So it is kind of a weird trigger pull. This trigger is made in a different country. I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of it, but in the full video, I got the name and all that, so y'all can check it out if you're interested. But this gun came out phenomenal. And a lot of people will say, Johnson, that's a P09, and you put a ton of money into a P09. For what this cost, I could have bought a 2011, but I've got 2011s. I don't have a tricked out, comped, and ported, and completely customized P09 like this. I do have another custom P09, but it is nothing to this quality or stature, so to say. But I absolutely love the P09s. I love the P07s. I think they're very underrated for what they are. So if you're wanting a really good duty, beat the shit out of gun, a P09 Nocturne, I guess it's the Nocturne now. These are not the Nocturnes. These are the OGs. But phenomenal guns. So do I recommend Impact Machine? I've spent a ton of money with them, and they have given me some discounts to have the work done. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not fibbing or anything like that. Also, on the code for anything with Impact Machines, the BJGG10, when you use that for any optic plates parts or custom jobs or milling jobs or whatever, I don't get paid on that. I asked for a discount code for all my subscribers, and he offered that up. So if y'all use it, then he said, well, I can credit you some work. So that's how he's done this. But again, Scott and his family are unbelievable people. You know, I consider him a brother, talk to him all the time. We've had this relationship going for now, gosh, a year plus. Just a phenomenal guy. You know, very family oriented, small business owner out of Louisiana, and does fantastic work. So, and I've used a lot of other people, y'all know that. But his work is very, very, very good. So, you know, and again, it's a family, small shop. So if you send anything in, be patient. It's not a overnight deal or a 1 week deal. This one took a while, this one took a while, this one took a while, but I've got plenty of guns, so I just send them off. And when I get them back, it's like Christmas. So, and I've been to their shop many times to pick them up and to drop stuff off. And like I said, they've kind of got an open door policy. If they know you're coming and dropping something off, if you choose to do that, check with him first and you might be welcome to do that. But again, I've really, really enjoyed working with Impact Machine, and we are going to do another project in the future. But so far, these are the 3 that I've had done. And I've got another one I'm kind of thinking about sending to them. So keep your fingers crossed. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe and all that good stuff. And maybe you will see what's next. But I appreciate y'all so much. If you want to check out Lock Grips or Impact Machine, I will leave the links or the codes below so y'all can check those guys out. Save you some money, and I appreciate y'all as always. So remember, an unarmed nation's a very weak nation, so we all got to carry on.